Do you have trouble beating yourself up after you do something that you don't like or you failed at something? Well, newsflash, you're not alone. And if you're trying to not do it, you're probably getting frustrated if you're not succeeding because you keep doing it over and over again. Why do we do this? Well, we do it mainly because at some point in your past, you were taught it was good for you. Whether it was your family, your culture, society, something taught you that it was good for you. But you're here because you want to stop, right? Which is good. You probably have figured out that over time, doing this too much has a mental toll, that it's not good for you and that you don't like it. So let's be honest, beating yourself up about something usually has a short-term positive and a long-term negative. And that's why you don't want to do it anymore. So how do we stop doing it, right? Like that's the main thing. Well, the first thing is to think about it, the framework, right? What's the recipe? The recipe is reflection, right? Goes back to the book, The Selfish Guide. You have to reflect, okay? And if you reflect consistently, starting with small things, you're able to then apply this framework, which is you let yourself be negative, but you time it, let's say 30 seconds or a minute, and then when you're done, no more. And then you keep asking why till you get to the positive. What does that look like? So for example, let's say I did a presentation and it was just awful. It was just bad, right? If I'm a morning person, in the morning. If I'm a night person, at night, for the previous day or today. And I time it, right? I said 30 seconds or a minute, no more, no less. And then I let myself just be negative. It's a part of me. And I'm not going to fight it. But once it's done, even though I want to do more maybe, I let it go. And I move past it and I start asking why. Why? Until I get to the positive. So for example, why did I really suck at that presentation? Because I stayed up late to help my kid with something. Why did you do that? Because I wanted to be supportive. I wanted to be a good parent. Why'd you do that? Because you love them, you care about them. And you see, very quickly, and sometimes it takes longer, you get to the positive. And you're like, yeah, that was a decision I wanted to make and it was important to me, and now I have to pay for it. There's no free lunch, right? But now you have some type of you feel good, right? If you do this over time and you're consistently doing it with something that happened to you today or yesterday, then over time you're able to move to bigger things. And you'll also start realizing that you don't feel like you need to be more negative. Your time to be negative is shorter, or maybe not at all. And you're able to let go more easily. You're able to get to the positive more quickly. And over the long term, you'll realize that everything you do is not good or bad. Because everything you do has good things and it has bad things. And it really just comes to your mindset, and what you choose to focus on. And depending on your situation and your circumstances in that situation, sometimes you want a little negative. If you got a deadline, maybe you got to, beat yourself up a little bit to get revved up to get to that deadline. Who can tell, right? Everybody's different, and how you deal with this is going to be a little different to you. But start here, and as you progress, start looking back and say what worked, what didn't work, and how can you personalize it to be able to get there more quickly and be able to face bigger problems, for example. Hopefully that was helpful. If you think it might be helpful to somebody else, please forward this to whoever that might be. And if you want more information, please feel free to check out my book at Cultivita. You can also check out my website, cultivita.com. The book is called The Selfish Guide. And you can also check out Facebook and YouTube. It does have longer content in reference to certain things I usually talk about. Thanks for listening. Until next time, please stay curious, stay open, and stay true to you. Thanks.